Time Rush.
That was League of Distortion, Wolf or Lamb. Go check out their music. They're really cool. Let's get straight into it. The Dark Sermon, The Sainted Six. Episode 1 starts. That's the final chapter of The Dark Sermon. I don't know where that noise came from. Don't judge me.
So
Greetings and salutations!
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome,
Hello.
everyone, to another exciting episode, or rather, should I say, the first exciting episode of The Dark Sermon, The Sainted Six!
Oh my god, so it did change.
Yeah.
Well, he told us last time it was the Six Saints.
What does it matter?
It
Same
sounds,
words,
it
different
sounds
order.
better this way.
It does.
It does.
Mm.
We were
Sorry,
caught off
Casey.
guard. So I just say,
How about you leave that work to me? There, Florida
Look.
man. How about
The thing is, Floridaman has a distinct need to know his place in the world. He needs to know what his labels are.
Okay, well,
Or he just shatters.
you keep changing labels. I'm gonna rename the sausage.
I thought The Dark Sermon, The Sainted Six sounded better.
It does.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
I agree. It does.
Because Six Saints is like, that's nice, but Sainted Six just...
Sainted 6 rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, that's better. The Bomgia.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's like the Hateful Eight, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Caped. Nice reference.
Seven Samurai.
Hey, who's
great
giving me the
movie.
recap? Is it also Caped?
Yep.
No.
It is.
Oh, yes.
No, it's not.
Okay, who's giving me recap?
Is it? It is I.
Oh, God.
Yes.
All
Last
right.
time on the Dark Sermon, we opened with the party riding Metherius Pegasi across the Demon Waste. Not knowing where our destination would lie, we landed in the mountains to the south, brought to a place Metheria was familiar with. We took time to rest there as she used her holy light to resurrect those who had fallen while fending off the demon horde that was attacking us as we left the Demon Wastes. Once revived, we took a moment of respite to relax and sit and rest. But then questions were asked about circumstances of our being and about certain people that Metheria wanted to know more about. Through our party's discussions and revealings of different pieces of information, it became known that Metheria had not truly regained all her memories, but after Gideon had spoke some words about her betrayal, everything went blank. For a short while it seemed like time had stopped, and then shortly after, it appeared that all her memories had come flooding back. And then she began to hear all the prayers of those who would speak to her. She kneeled and started to do her best to answer those prayers as the party tried to figure out how best they could help her. They took it upon themselves to try and shoulder that burden alongside her, to take part of that divinity off of her shoulder to help ease her pains. And through a harrowing divine encounter, by some miracle the party was able to pull through. And Metheria ascended to true goddesshood. Once that had completed, she had prepared a feast for everyone, to revel in enjoyment and celebrate this outcome. The group in different pairings ate, drank, and were merry, while Gideon and Farron had a heart-to-heart in the southern entrance. As food was eaten and drinks were drunk, the night went on and people found themselves falling to an unconscious stupor, all except one, who sat in the corner pondering to himself.
All right, inspiration.
Clap.
Yay.
Also, well done. Claps, claps, claps.
Mm.
Let me go play the theme I played.
Yay.
Was it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Give it a second.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is where I'm going. I'm waiting for the music.
Okay, go ahead.
You see.
Alright. When we left off, Mythos was thumbing over the stone that Goldrin had given him, and as his friends fall into their stupor, after a while, he will wobbly approach and sit in front of Matheria, bowing his head. And then he will speak. Matheria, may I beseech your wisdom for but a moment?
Speak and be heard.
He loosely grips the rock in his hand and thumbs over it one more time. Do you know what it means to be strong? As he grips the stone that Goldrin had given him.
And odd question. From whence is it summoned from thy mind?
It's just been something I've been thinking about. I look to all my companions here, and in them, in their own ways, I see different strengths, different things that allowed us to get this far. But when I was entrusted with this stone and given its meaning, I didn't feel like I was able to feel the same way about myself. I don't believe I have what all of them have that makes them as strong as they are. We'll pause for a moment. I'll look over to Goldrin. Goldrin was the one who gave me this stone. And I know for a fact that his strength is the truest of its form. Through our time here, entering the demon waste, he has been a powerful stone that has weathered every storm with us, unfaltering and unfarrowing, even against the hordes of demons and their onslaught. He always stood strong and true, and was able to fell those that would oppose us. Simplest form, he has raw strength. He'll look over towards Ginny. And Ginny, through our travels together, she's always been the one who would always follow her will. The one willing to charge first into any situation. Some might call that a weakness, but to me that is a strength of her own. And all of us were in a stupor and could not find the words to move forward. She was the one willing to put everything on the line for us, for everything. And she did it without hesitation. And even before, when she had her ideals and thoughts, would always bring them to the captain, even if they were in disagreement. She's always been strong enough to assert herself. It might not have always led to the best situations, but she's always had the strength to pull through. His gaze will lean over towards Farron. Captain Farron. She might not be strong of body. She has always been strong of wit and mind. Without her, I doubt we would have ever made it this far. Her plans and tactics and adeptness at subterfuge has gotten us a lot farther than we would have gone without her. She always knew how to keep things moving forward, even as things were drastically changing and we had no idea what to do. Even Mr. Flo was able to overcome what we had done to him, follow what he believed, but even then, his skill and prowess is a strength all its own. His keen eye, his knowledge of the demons and their movements, his strength, while somewhat physical, comes from his talent and practice. Without him, he would have gotten not even halfway through the demon waste without getting accosted. And even Mr. Gideon, it took him a while to find himself, and while he is fit of body, his mind was gone previously. And what became of him when he found his true self? Well, in some regards, he has a strength that none of us could possess. Or he's not from here. He's his foreign perspective, the rules of his foreign god. But even then, his strength of resolve to still follow through and see this mission done when everything he had known had been turned on its head. I look at my friends and I see strength in different varieties, but when I look to myself, all I see is failures and weakness. His weakened grip on the stone falters a bit. One of my first assignments with this group, well, the original group, we were sent to recover an artifact, and on the way met ourselves with a hag. It turned into a battle, and there my strength wavered. I wasn't able to aid properly in the fight. I wasn't able to help when needed, while the others fought bravely against her wicked magics. When all was said and done, she escaped, and the magic torrent of the land started to overtake us. Because of that weakness, our captain had to sacrifice herself just to save us. And we barely got out alive. And I tried doing like Ginny and making an effort to be more forward about things. When your sibling arrived at the manor in Dark Lake, I wanted desperately for there to be a conversation, and that is what they were asking as they left. I did something that the party said was foolish and gave away our position, because I believed that finding an accord would be right. But in the face of the captain's knowledge and being brought to know what had been happening outside in the yard before and after, I wasn't able to be like Ginny. I wasn't able to hold that resolve. When our friend, who had fallen to a foreign god, while the others ostracized him, I could not bring myself to fully distrust or hate him. Or I did not believe that the path he was following was wrong. And the night before we went to speak to Atreus, he had told me then and there that he wanted to lead with peace, but that if it came to it, he would have to turn his blade against us if we led with violence. Once again, was unable to say anything. And he did have to turn his blade against us, even though he didn't want to. And in the end, after all the dealings with the foreign god, as the rest of the party ostracized him and told him to leave, I didn't have the strength to tell him to stay. All this time, I thought, as a member of the church, our duty was to fight, to protect the people of this continent. And I thought that I was doing that. But again, time and time again, I've ended up having to turn away to helping those in need, or a mission or some other whatnot. Something that even our companion, Miss Thorne, had gotten fed up with. The people of our city were suffering. And even though it was got to come for a greater purpose, yet again, I found myself turning my back on them as she turned to leave to go protect them. Looking at this stone has only made me realize the weaknesses in myself even more. As my mind is fuzzy and my thoughts are spinning, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what it means to be strong, because I don't feel like I've ever been that.
As your words swirl around Metherium, piece by piece, the shroud around you coming unveiled to her, Metheria's response, despite the volume, instead she simply smiles. She says, "You remind me of someone. Salutarius was much the same. He would analyze every decision that we would ever make. The probabilities of success. He would always question why the decisions we made were made. It was his nature, I suppose. You remind me of him. So worried about what the future would hold and what he had done, he would miss everything around him. Look where you are, Mythos. You are here, in the shrine of Ogden. I am free for your efforts. Your companions survived, and the light in this world shall return once more. These are things to celebrate. By looking to the past and then to the future, you leave no eye for yourself. It took Zyra, of all of us, to finally snap Salutarius out of his musings then. Had he not been, I believe he never would have noticed Gwyneth's affection. And then she will She will suddenly watch her smile will fade slightly, and she will say, "Do not dwell on what has been done. Learn from it, yes. Do not dwell upon it, for there is naught that thou can do about it. The future is uncertain. You may prepare for it, but it is something beyond your control. What matters is the moment, each one given to you. More precious than I think most people understand. I will admit that I, much like you, cared only for the future. It was Isola that shot me different. It's her that taught us all to live in the moment. Release yourself of these burdens. Focus on what you've accomplished. Walk not in fear, nor in certainty, but always forward. She will smile at Mythos.
Mythos will take a moment, taking in her words as she says them. He will take a deep breath, looking down to the stone once more, and trying to grip it with his full force. Look up to her. Feel like I needed to hear this. Feel like a great weight has been lifted from me. When I was young, I always thought about what I could be, what I would be. As I got older, I could only think about what I had and had not been able to do. You're right. I'm here now, surrounded by friends, the glorious light of our goddess. Finally, having the opportunity to right the wrongs that have plagued this continent for years. I don't have time to worry about what could have been. I need to use their strength and what strength I can muster to make sure we do as much as we can now. It was that exact reason that we parted way with Miss Thorne. Now, the sting of that feels slightly lessened. Or I had thought that us parting ways was a negative thing, us turning against each other, but it wasn't. It was just each of us finding our own way to knowing what we had to do in that moment. And then he'll bow his head a bit and just say, I can only hope that things have gone well for her as she made her way back to the city. He'll sit up kind of straight and then wibble to the side a bit because he's still drunk. I here and now. In the blessing of your light. I'll always strive to move forward. To take my lessons of the past and use them to fuel me. So that someday, all of us can bring light to the people that are trapped in the darkness. And he'll hold his position for a little while longer as his emotions and also his drunkenness start to get to him. That, I swear. You, but more so, myself. And then he will slowly start to lean too far forward. The drink finally getting to him. And then, as he slowly starts to pass out like the rest of the group, he will just usher out his final words. Thank you for helping me to see the light. Pianist. And then he will
She will catch his head, lest it smash into a rock, and will place him on a bedroll. So, the night passes. The day arrives.
Was so cute.
That was some really good RP.
Thank you.
And so, the morning comes, and you will find that another feast is prepared. A breakfast platter. Oh, God, yes. I'm talking eggs, bacon, biscuits. Oh, my
Ooh.
God.
Grits.
And
I'm making my way to the table.
is
Yes,
that
it's time to eat.
is that elote?
Not elotes.
Elotes?
Is that cafe con leche I've heard all about?
Cafe con leche. Good stuff.
Oh, could you speak a bit quieter, please?
Nonsense, boy. Rise.
Mythos winces as he continues to yell.
Well,
And now it is
vitamins,
very apparent
metabolism.
that Mythos is the lightest of weights.
Amy,
Well, vitamins metabolism so fast.
Galdrin wakes up, ready for another beer. Good.
Mm.
Aye, breakfast beer.
It's time for breakfast beer.
Oh, before I forget, and Flo will walk over to Goldrin.
Aye.
You know, I had backups, but I don't think I need this anymore. And since you gave me the rock, I think you deserve something of mine as well. And we'll reach into his pocket and pull out his last backup mask and hand it to Goldrin.
Goldrin, you see that this mask takes on a strange bird-like shape.
Thanks, Flo. I puts a hand on his shoulder. I'll keep hold of it. No worries.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate it. I just tried to return favor about this cool rock you gave me.
This cool rock you gave me.
It's a barter.
Yeah.
You give me a rock, I give you a
death
mask.
totem. You're like, it's cool rock.
It's cool rock.
Chuckle into my fist as
How you
Colette
doing?
walks away.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to the adventures of Floman and Robrin.
Oh, gosh.
Man.
No,
If on the
Floman and Gobbin. No.
Aldrin, Goblin.
God.
Goblin.
Thanks for this random cool rock you gave me.
Bat Elf and Bird Dwarf. There we go.
Oh, man.
The Adventures of Bat Elf and Bird Dwarf.
Jeez.
He will pick up the he will pick up the mask he left on the ground and walk over to, I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but underneath the cross and the burial site, and we'll turn around and kneel. Maybe now I have been redeemed, and we'll lay down the mask in front of the burial site, and we'll stand back up, and we'll walk back without his mask on, and won't say anything about it. And we'll start to eat
Yes.
ferociously.
Yes.
Is there hot tea?
All of it.
Yes, there's hot tea.
Yes.
There's also
Alright.
there's also elvish leavened bread,
Yay.
and of course, the tasteful breakfast salad.
Oh, yay. Okay, so Farad actually eats for once. Huzzah. And noticing Mythos's discomfort will fix him a
Cauldron.
cup of hot tea.
Goldrin, a terrible smell emanates from the other side of the table.
Wait, stores, what's that?
Breakfast salad, I
It
think.
smells like not meat and not alcohol.
Takes big swig, gets the aroma out of it.
I better wash that out of my own mouth.
Follows suit.
You have any more of that,
You got
Goldrin?
Passes some bacon across the table to Flo.
Oh, listen, I love me
Meat on
some-
your bones, big boy.
I love what? And he
Pours in a
was
heavy tankard. Drink up, lad.
What? Thanks
Uh,
for this cool rock you gave me.
the cold rock you gave me. And we'll continue to drink the alcohol and eat the bacon.
You don't see how people can do something like that all the time.
Here, have a cup of hot tea. It will make you feel a little bit better.
Oh, no.
Mm.
You know, you could just ask. You could just ask for healing, Mythos.
I don't
And
think I'm
waste.
injured, though.
No. Let him learn from it.
Wasteful.
He needs to work up his tolerance.
He will happily start sipping on that tea and hope that it actually helps.
Yes, and perhaps some of those biscuits. It should soak up whatever is left of the alcohol.
Mr. Mythos, if you need a proper cure for the morning hangover, what you do is you take one of these tomatoes, you cut it in half, and then you fill the half tomato with olive oil, and then you eat and drink that. Cure you right up, promise. Halfling recipe.
If the pain continues for long, I might have
Mytheria
to follow
throws
that
some
advice.
side eye down there. What the fuck? Okay. Yes, that was crazy. Anyway,
It's true.
as everyone continues eating and not doing Brazilian hangover recipes.
Hangover cures.
No, it's a halfling thing, I promise.
It's a halfling thing. No, it's a halfling. No.
Awkwardly stares.
All right.
You joining us?
Yes, I'm on the other side of the table.
Oh, good. Passes a tomato.
Please
Here.
join us, Gideon, so we can make this the
Push
12
his tiger
disciples
over.
dinner.
I just gotta go on that side.
Well, I can't. There's a statue there.
We gotta do the last
I
supper
can't.
thing.
There's a
Gideon.
statue.
He logicked me.
We gotta do the last supper thing, Gideon. It's very important.
No.
Everybody on
One
the
big
same
table.
side of the table.
Well, now you're just out. Now you're just
Now
out.
Jenny's wearing red and blue, and isn't that like the?
There. Now it's even.
There you go.
Perfect.
Thank you.
That's better. That
Pat on head.
that makes my tism quiet down. All right. As everyone finishes their food, eventually Netheria will wave her hand, and the remaining food, dishes, all of that will dissipate, and instead, you will see. Sorry.
Terrifying.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
That sounded painful.
The monsters attack.
You will see maps begin to appear. Maps that look like the Pale City. And Netheria will state, "Please, to the best of your memory, restate all that you have seen. We must make preparations for our approach."
Ginny will wipe her mouth and put on her war face, staring and
Alright.
looking at the maps.
Ethos will start putting down the things that he remembers that he knew. About where we saw the different aberrations, the ones that we fought in the forge, the ones that we bypassed on the roads and seen on the way out, and as much of that information as he can jot down that the party has witnessed.
Also, the paths in and out of the city that we were led through by
Yeah.
Farron and others. The safe
Farron.
paths.
We'll also mention that the river was quite clogged, and maybe a bridge or two was taken over, because we had to leave some Netherian soldiers behind.
Question: should we let Carter and the High Inquisitor know that we were successful?
I can do that.
We would be going there eventually, yes.
Yes, but it wouldn't do harm to let them know beforehand in case there's any pertinent information they would deem to give us before we head there.
I can alert them once we know exactly what our plan of attack will be. So as soon as we have this resolved, then that'll be the next step. If Netheria agrees.
Netheria will nod. "This is all that you can remember."
The what is it called? The cathedral was mostly unreachable, but there were teams being sent to attempt to break into it.
Why was it unreachable?
Aberrations everywhere, but also apparently it had been closed. Something to do with the maidens, perhaps more.
Maidens?
Uh,
What do you mean?
your representatives in the previous false faith of your church.
I see.
My lady,
Yes.
in your absence, we have come to realize that they rewrote many of the dogmas of the faith to suit their own needs.
What are these maidens?
Holy priestesses would be a simple analogy. Those that are the closest to receiving what was stated to be your highest blessings, but as we've come to know, that isn't
False.
necessarily the case.
When you disappeared, that power that you took, they drew on it themselves, and that person became the High Holiness, and the maidens were her backups and eventual replacements.
She will frown. That is... What do you mean, replacements?
Well, eventually, like, the High Holiness would die, and so therefore that power had to go to somewhere else, and so that it would go to one of the maidens.
Yes.
Are you saying
Kinda
it
like
was
an order of
transferred
succession.
into them?
As far as I know, yes. I don't know all the
We wouldn't
details.
know any specifics about that, right? There's like
No,
no, like,
we don't-
oh,
we don't know.
coronation of the new. No, there's none like. It's
We
just,
don't.
hey,
We don't actually
she's.
know.
You're already pretty
just
much
know what
writing the
Alakanai told
line.
us.
You're pretty much already.
Yeah, we. This is all we know.
You're pretty much writing what you know, like the line between what you know and what is speculation and player meta bias. She will continue. Well, that is disconcerting. But one thing at a time. These aberrations. Describe them to me in detail.
Well, they
Pokédex
come
time.
from something in the water, I guess, that got activated when this big wave of light spread out across the continent, I guess.
I imagine Mythos opens the Pokedex and shows all the
Yes,
things that we
I-
have Marshall checked.
Yes, all that we have Marshall checked on all of these abominations. Now let's go back and actually read all of these Marshall checks on all these abominations.
They are people, and they were altered. From Dark Lake to the Pale City.
There were all kinds of different ones. Some had gorging maws on their stomachs, like we saw in Dark Lake. Others were brain-like entities that stole the magics of casters and used them against them. These strange, exploding children of acid, whatever they would be called. Some men of meat that would use our own tactics against us, taking our own prowesses and using them for themselves. All sorts
They
of...
steal spells. They copy
Well, then-
spells and prevent
Meat men
one
stole
from
more than spells.
using creative new tactics before turning them against us. That's the greatest problem that we ran into with them. Somehow they learned, even despite our caution. It's theorized that they can learn across the board. If one knows something, the rest of them learn as well.
At least those that are nearby enough to it. We don't know if it is a hive mind of sorts or if there's a limited range or anything. We only ran into a few of them as we were trying to keep down for most of our travels through the city. What was the big one?
Spellgeist?
So,
The
guys.
Spellgeist.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Then some of them also used aberrant tricks to accost the minds. Me and my companions, and I think that's all of them we ran into. Nice children. What the Carnage Feasters do? Oh, they just hit things.
Yeah, they just made people. They just made everybody attack everyone.
Oh yeah, and some of the more martial attuned of them use their aberrant tricks to even sometimes force our hands to fight against our own companions, against our will.
Mytheria nods, absorbing this information. And you said that the remaining forces that are uninfected, or at least in control, you're saying that they cannot gain access to the central cathedral.
Last time we were there, they were working on it, but I don't know how successful they've been in the time we've been gone.
Been at
Indeed.
least a month.
Then we should treat it as if they had failed. It seems that our best course of action is to attack directly. A risky course, but it is the best way. Tell me, have you seen many flying creatures?
The mind ones, they hovered, not flied, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was mention at some point while we traveled through the city that there were aberrations flying overhead, right?
Yes.
I feel like
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
But we never felt
But
them.
we happily avoided them.
Yeah. We fought some that hovered off the ground, but there were rumors as we traveled that there were aberrations flying amongst the city. But we managed to avoid those, so we don't have much information about them.
There is also the potential, my lady, that certain individuals, persons in fact, may have been mutated. If this is the same disease that affected Dark Lake, where we started, several of the townsfolk that we knew unfortunately changed into monstrosities themselves. Although we did not run across any of those people or individuals such afflicted in the Pale City.
Mytheria will nod and will place her hands over the top of the maps and will begin to shift them magically to match the parameters that you have described. He will then state, the presence of flying aberrations puts us at a disadvantage. The Pegasi are good for travel, but they are not useful in a combat scenario. To land too far outside of the city would believer us, delay us too much. And yet, to attempt to land directly may see us brought down into our deaths. Was there a gathering place that you had used? A headquarters, perhaps?
There is within the city. There's a tavern.
Inn. What was the name of the inn again?
It was the Holy Herald?
The Holy Herald.
No,
The Holy
Yeah.
Herald.
It's the Holy Herald.
There was also the forge that we had cleared out as well.
But who knows if it's still cleared out at this point.
If there are those of the cause that yet still maintain the fight, I would like to relieve them. It will also give us a central point in which to push forward from. It is best, I believe, that we make for this Holy Herald, as you said. We shall gather the survivors, however many of them that may yet remain. We shall press forward. Very well.
Nodders.
This plan will do. She will lift up her hand, and the map and all of the energy within will be reimbursed to the palm of her hand, and she will close her fist. We have had our time for sorrow. We have had our time to mourn. Now is the time of steel. She will strap her shield to her arm, will place her sword on her belt. Make your preparations.
Yes, ma'am.
Always at the ready.
Aye.
Strap on shield.
Ethos looks as if he's gonna go do something, but realizes, I'm a monk. I already have all my stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm already
It's my
ready.
hands!
Mythos, if I may trouble you for a moment.
Yes, Captain.
I wanted to apologize for not trusting you fully. Your timing in the last mission with Mr. Gideon was quite well thought out. Thank you.
Nice to hear that.
Um,
And I hope you'll continue to trust all of us more in the future.
Well, actually, about that, are you willing to accept me as one of the team still, despite all that has happened?
Audible blinks.
Blinkable odd.
Of course. What do you mean?
Kiss him.
I noticed a little of how you looked at me while we were in the Demon Lands. I am certain I most likely have offended you in some way. And I have done things that one should be ashamed of. I will accept sainthood, of course. It is the next logical step. But I would rather not be a part of this team if it were not unanimous that I was accepted.
Mythos will pause for a moment and then just, dead look, fair and straight in the eyes, and just say, I understand you have your own knowledges and practices and skills. I don't think it's me you should be asking that of. While it wasn't a pleasant display to watch, and I tried to avert my attention as much as possible, there's also no denying the fact that your ploy was working better against them than even the demoness had anticipated. I will not fear you for what you had to do, for that is this hand we were dealt. And he will gesture towards Jenny. But I don't know if everyone else would say the same. But know this, I do not respect you any less for what you had to do. He'll falter just a bit and just more so. You might, if I may speak freely, be a bit more fearful of stepping out of line in the future, but we will cross that bridge when we get there.
No, that is, in fact, the point. I intend not to lose more of my humanity than I already have. Please do not fear that. On your own, at least. Unless the hand is dealt to us. But I don't see that happening again, either.
I would hope not.
Indeed. She'll nod. Thank you for your acceptance.
I believe you've done good things in leading us. And even when your ways have challenged that of the group, either as a majority or in part, there is no denying the efficiency of what you have led us to be able to accomplish. I am looking to start taking strides to the future, and I will not let my mistakes, let alone yours, hinder us from being able to move forward together.
Good. Sounds like something I would do. And she smiles at you and nods. If you'll excuse me, I must go talk to the others.
Yes, ma'am.
Seeing that
Hey, Flo! How's it going?
I got a cool rock. I'm looking
He's
at
T-posing.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm back. I can look at other rocks.
Have you seen my cool rock collection?
No.
Alright, well, what were you saying to Flo Rodman? Sorry, I had to use the restroom real quick.
I just walked by. Mr. Flo, are
Yes?
you willing, after everything you have seen and all that you know of me, to still accept me as a member of this team?
I mean, I gotta be honest. Some of the decisions you made, I don't really agree with. But like, I've known you for Arcadum. How long since it's been since he's joined the party? Like what? Like 4 months, maybe?
Yeah. The travel time should be
Yeah. Okay. I've only listen. Farron, Matheria speaks. Listen, Farron, I only known you for about 4 months. In that time frame, I mean, yes, you've made some, questionable decisions, but you were the glue that made the party. Like, everybody turned to you for what to do. And you were really the helm of this team. You made the decisions, good or bad, you made the decisions, and they led us here. So I haven't known you well enough to say I don't accept you. So I'm cool with it if you join the team. Personally, I don't have a problem with you. And for as little as I know each other, we're elves. We live forever. So 4 months to me is an inconsequential time.
Indeed.
Did I mention we're elves?
Yeah. She'll nod. Thank you. It'll be interesting.
Oh, the rest of these people are gonna die, and I won't have anyone to talk to.
It'll be interesting to be
I'm
an equal.
so lonely, please.
And before he can say too much more,
Did you see my cool rock?
I also like leaves.
Oh, I forgot to ask her about my rock.
Hey, do you want to see my rock?
Oh no! No, in fact, I'd actually rather talk to Mr. Galdrin.
Have you seen my...
Oh, okay. He knows a lot about rocks.
Yes. Mr. Galdrin, a moment, please.
He's sorting through his pack, make sure everything's there. What's wrong, Captain?
Oh, well, I just wanted to check in. Are you willing, after everything you have seen of me, to continue accepting me as part of the team?
I don't see the problem in that.
Very good, then. That's all I needed to know. I appreciate how well you have fought for all of us, even though we've only known each other a short amount of time. I look forward to fighting with you still.
Are you okay, Captain? Surely.
That is a heavy question, Mr. Galdrin.
Aye, I know.
I'm a heavy man. I'm sorry.
Dang it.
Not entirely, but I'm also not sure that I have been. For decades. So, what's new?
I can tell that what happened in that theatre, that was a lot to endure, both you and Ginny.
Indeed.
That was hard to witness.
Farron just nods.
I tell you what, Captain. He reaches his hand towards her. Gives her a shake.
She'll take it.
Whatever comes next, we'll fight us together as one group, in one mind, one body, for Matheria and for Corvanus.
For Matheria, but also as the same rank. We are both saints now.
No idea that's a thing.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
But rather than actually talking to Genevieve, Farron will go check on her pack.
Aha! Racism!
Good.
Continued racism. Oh, look, Gideon's over by your backpack.
I know, he is. It's really awkward. Now he's kneeling to pray, and Farron's just like, well, I shouldn't interrupt. I'll just wait here.
Go
You wanna
on.
notice?
Yeah, probably.
Farron, did you need something?
Oh, I wanted my belongings. If it's all the same, Gideon.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll grab it.
You're sure I'm not interrupting?
I hadn't started yet. I
Oh.
just knelt down. Here you go.
Thank you. Best of luck? I don't know what to say in these situations.
Go talk to Jenny.
No, I will not.
No.
I will not grovel to her, asking for her acceptance. She will come to me.
She has
But thank you for your opinion.
She's so racist.
Still a bitch. Okay. Deal with that. Later.
Good stuff.
Watches Farron walk away, continues sharpening spear.
Chink, chink, chink.
You want to see my other rock I found?
Okay. All right. What are you gonna do there, Gideon?
All right. So coming over here, he'll kneel down, stretch out his wings a little bit before bringing them back in, and he will pray to himself. Lord Runtheris, we've completed the mission in rescuing Matheria from the demons and have restored her, as well as setting her along the path to fully reclaiming her divinity and bringing the knowledge of her dogma back to her people. But she wishes to make me a saint in thanks of that. And while I am thankful for it, I'm not sure that I should take it, as I don't wish to cause you any insult. And so if you don't want me to take it, then I won't. And I'm not really sure what I should do next once we bring her back to the Pale City and I've fulfilled my promise to Thorn. Would you want me to continue to aid Matheria and her people? Or is there some other task that you would require of me?
Make me a faith check. D20 plus 5.
It's 5. It's pretty good.
Runthera speaks.
Servant. This goddess is young, in the manner of which these things are tracked. Her light will need guidance to survive what is to come. You may walk with her until the wrongs have been righted. To your future beyond, the threads of your fate go beyond even my sight. Keep to yourself, and you will find your way. The prayer ends.
A smile will go come across Gideon's face, finally hearing back from Runtheris for the first time in a while. As you say, my lord. And he will stand up and finish preparing.
Fucking sick, mate.
Ginny will stand up Baron.
Yeah.
Baron just
Yeah,
looks
pull her
at
hair.
Genevieve.
She'll take her spear and stab it point first into the ground in between them. We have a hatchet to bury. Saw you going around talking to everyone else. Why are you avoiding me?
What is there to say to you, Genevieve?
A lot, I should hope.
I expect the same from you.
I've got a lot to say. Are you ready to hear it?
Baron shrugs.
What is your hesitation, Farron? What are you so afraid of?
Failure, of course.
Why?
Because to fail would mean that I was wrong. And that my entire life had been a lie.
Wow. I had thought you were more mature than that, an elf with all your years. You're afraid of messing up? Really? That's what it is?
I can't expect someone as short-lived as you to understand
Shut up,
all there is
no.
to lose.
Put away your silly superiority act. Level with me. Why are you so afraid to lose? Why are you so afraid to fail? To the point that you haven't shown fear of failure to me. It's an act. It's something you talk about. It's not something you've ever done. Why do you say that?
Aaron's eyes narrow into a glare. Why do you presume it's an act?
Because ever since our experience with Alockenhigh, all the way back in Dark Lake, you've never lost track of the true aim. Once we learned what the whole problem was, you wanted to rescue and restore Matheria. You kept your head. You focused, and you showed us by example to do the same thing. You didn't hesitate then. You didn't fear failure then.
I did, Genevieve.
And yet, you still pressed on, right?
Of course.
When we were about to stand trial, we were about to essentially waste time before the actual quest that we were on, the actual mission. You were focused. We skipped the trial. You included me, and I felt so valued that you would use me for my talents to make it happen. We were riding the line between death when we were talking to Trent. Your fear didn't stop you then. We got through it.
I don't fear death, and you were the tool for the job.
Exactly. It wasn't about me at all. It was about the mission. What you did to me up there on that stage, just yesterday, I was confused. Couldn't make sense of why you were there. I'm still not sure, but it occurs to me, after some drink and some food, and simmering down for a bit. I'm not sure, but maybe, in my passion to save Matheria by any means, I may have overlooked something. It happens. And no doubt you felt the need to go behind the scenes and temper my actions, just like the trial. You tempered everyone's actions then.
Correct.
You saw it wouldn't serve the greater mission, and so you acted. Regardless of whatever you had planned during the demon torture encounter, Gideon opened the floodgates. He broke Matheria out of her prison, and then we together, you and me, and Mythos and Galdrin and Gideon and Flo, and Our Lady, Matheria, we fought our way out of that horrible nightmare, and now we're here. We're ready to finish the mission we started that terrible day back in Dark Lake when everything went wrong. Everything up to this point has been an act of faith, a leap of faith. Your fear does nothing to serve you. Why are you afraid?
Erin shakes her head. You still cannot see, can you?
Spell it out for me.
Fear is who I always have been, ever since I was stolen from my home. And anger, the mask through which I am able to persevere and keep going. Fear of failure would most likely result in death, yes, but it would also result in others being right to the point where they felt justified that they could do whatever they wished to another individual. And that is wrong. And I told myself I would never lose my humanity in that way, and you forced my hand into doing so. You, with your short-sightedness, could not see beyond your narcissistic self-sacrifice, claiming that that was the only way to rescue Matheria, without listening to my orders, and saying that you would be the only one to help her out. I had to go back and sell all that was left of me, the one thing I had held on to from my homeland, in an attempt to not only rescue Matheria, whom, through your deal, would not have been freed for another few years. You would have sold your entire family, including yourself, into silliness, and Matheria still would have been lost. But to save Matheria, and potentially yourself, by taking your place. And the only reason that Gideon and Mr. Mythos and the rest of them were able to take advantage of freeing Matheria was because of the distraction that I provided. What is there but fear, Genevieve?
Faith.
And anger.
Baron. There's
Of course
faith.
there's faith.
I think this is something I've been thinking about and mulling over.
You
Ever
think a
since.
surprising amount, considering how little you use your brain. Say your piece.
I'm trying to resolve things between us, and you're trying to... I will. I think despite our differences, we work well together. I think I bring something to the table that you lack, and you bring something that I lack, and we clash because we're both uncomfortable. But I think both pieces are needed. Your cautious, fearful wisdom, perhaps. My ever-charging forward wisdom. Not wisdom. That was a misspeak. Passion. I want to make a difference. And together we have, this whole time, don't hesitate, Baron.
Don't charge ahead, Genevieve.
I'll make you a deal. I'll hesitate a little more to charge. And you hesitate a little less, but charge with me.
I have always strode forward, Genevieve. But I disagree that we can ever come to resolution. Why do you think it would be possible?
I think from my end, it is.
That does not answer why.
The why doesn't matter.
It does.
It's the truth of the matter. It just is what it is. And whether you can accept that or not, that's in your court. But I've said what I needed to say. She'll pull her spear out of the ground.
You realize I will never like you, and most likely will never like your kind.
I'm sorry that you've had problems with my kind in the past. But again, that's in your court, and something that you'll have to live with, not me. I don't care if you like me. I don't have to like all my coworkers, my companion saints. We don't have to like each other. But I hope you understand that I am more than willing to do so. And I hope you can say the same. Because right now, this group, we're all we have. So get used to seeing me. You'll probably keep seeing me for as long as we are able to do anything about our homeland.
As long as you're willing to see me. Because
I wouldn't
plan
have
on
it
moving
any
in
other
the same
way,
direction.
Farron. Good. Because it would be really stupid if you decided to leave for some silly reason. We have work to do, Farron. A lot of work to do.
Obviously.
And you and me and the others? Matheria needs us to do it for her. I'll see you on the field. Hope you're ready soon. I'll leave to be ready to go.
Yes. Your racism is strong. Who's it? Wait, do more scheming. I'll kiss Goldrin. Alright, so, is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Hey.
Believe so.
This is good stuff, guys. I get all this OP. All this RP. I like it. Alright, everybody get into even
Single
Stevens
file line?
formation.
Full shield salute. We are ready, my lady.
My lady, my lady, my lady, my lady,
My lady, my lady.
my lady, my lady, my lady.
Ready to ride.
Wait,
Ready to
have you
ride.
heard of the high elves?
Ready, have you heard of the high elves? Ready, ready.
Ready to
A
ride.
new hand touches the beacon. No!
Take my beacon to Mount
It is
Gilcreek.
you, the hero of Kavach. Oh, by the way, did we long rest from that?
Yes,
Twice.
Just to be
drowns you.
sure. Shows you right.
You omega rest from that.
The best long rest we've had in quite some time.
And yes, your dumb shit is restored, Mythos.
Yay! I can finally actually wield a sword.
Matheria agrees.
Skibbity bop bop, skibbity penis. Okay. We have one more thing to go over. Skip bop beep bop bop, skip bop beep bop bop. It's time to receive your mechanical benefits. Mechanical benefits. Mechanical benefits.
Oh no, I'm
Bring
dancing.
me another wife for one of my brothers.
No, I'm a story halfling, not a dancing halfling.
Oh,
No.
Oh, is this the part where I get my government given wife?
Government wife?
No, this is the
My
part where
government
we have to
appointed
go to
wife?
town and you have to steal your wife.
If Uncle
Hey.
Stam wanted to give me a wife, he would have issued me one.
I
Wait,
got it.
we gotta go find the sobbing women in town.
Oh,
Pillage
God.
the village.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, we gotta go do the thing they did in that movie, which is super cool, right? It's super
Oh
supported.
man. Oh, that was a Savinic party, Arcadum. Everything they do is correct.
God, I can't.
Were there
Got
7
him.
brothers? Yeah.
Seven
Man.
brothers.
That's why there were 7 wives for
So
them.
that's
That's
where
how
the
they
7
won.
came from. There must always be a traitor.
And it was the first brother for getting a wife before the rest of them.
Yeah, true.
Hmm.
What for? There's only 3 little ones.
I can't dance.
That one guy who literally can't do anything, so he just kind of stands there.
Damn,
Poor
the
guy in
corner.
the orange. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. I wouldn't have noticed it if as he didn't point it out, and I was like, I'm gonna watch.
As he's
this
over
guy.
there with the behind the scenes review.
Did you know?
Editor's notes.
Did you know they committed actual crimes?
Oh my gosh.
I was so excited. I can't wait. Anyway,
Oh my gosh.
let's go over the mechanical benefits and what kind of sainthoods each person has received. Wow!
Yeah.
I will admit, Farron's might seem a little weird from that recent act of incredible racism, but it will be consistent. So,
and that's
Good.
what's important.
and winning is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Character development where she gives up her racism? No, she doubles down. God.
Doubles down.
God damn, I mean, let's.
Look,
I'll never like you or your kind.
The Ginny Farron dynamic just wouldn't work anymore if they became friends. It can't happen.
Yeah,
It's
'cause then-
something that's going to be
then they
really
might
hard to
start
chip
kissing.
away from who she is, okay? Like, it's going to
It's
take
not
a
allowed.
lot more time than just 24 hours.
Yeah, it's fine. It makes sense. Yeah.
What do you mean? You didn't get it out of your system when you were literally torturing her better than the demoness was?
Well,
like,
no.
usually, you're just like, oh,
She only
alright,
got to
it's
do
out of
2
my
things.
system.
It's like, man, I'm good at torturing halflings.
Oh, she needed the third one.
All right, so
all she did was use a belt and then
real quick,
break her arm.
I gotta ask
Alright.
Kate. I gotta ask Kate something here. So, do I just drag him?
Yeah, you just drag and drop Soul Sanctification on
Well-
the sheet, and that'll do the level up, and then you just drag and drop whichever
Okay.
ability that people get.
Yes.
That's all you gotta do.
You're amazing, Caped. Thank you
Well
for the
done,
hard
Cape.
work.
What a cool cape.
Yeah,
so
what
cool.
a cool guy, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys see that fish?
He's got a cape.
Fish?
And he's
Where?
got a hip
Where?
bone.
Where? Where's the fish?
Where is he? Get him.
That's right,
I'm
Matheria.
sure.
That's right, Matheria. Her voice is so deep today.
What's that? What's that, Matheria? There's a
Little
Cuban
Timmy
down
stuck in
there.
a well.
There's a Cuban in the well. Go save him. Vamonos.
Inquisitor Trent's in the well? Oh no!
Merciless is gonna die. He's just gonna like suffocate. I can hear him running out of air.
Okay,
Breathe.
here we go. So first things first, we're going to start with that each character receives soul sanctification, which means they become sainted and have access to the special saint class. Oh, also, saint is a prefix title. Gideon, you don't have both.
Mhm.
It's just Saint Gideon, not Saint Sir Gideon.
Saint
Aw.
Sir
Those are
Gideon.
both prefix titles.
Saint Sir Gideon Jr.
You're
Senior
gonna
the Third.
fucking
Sir.
sign your name right. Okay.
You
Sir,
got
Saint-
outranked by yourself. It's not
Oh,
Saint Captain,
I,
it's
op-
Saint.
I opened your character sheet. I was like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
Saint Captain
Saint
Gideon.
Sir Gideon Tarot.
It's Saint, not Sir. You have a higher rank than that.
Saint Sir Gideon
Don't
Tarot
make me
Okay.
start losing my mind. I will. Okay, anyway.
Okay, I have fixed it.
All right, dropping soul sanctification. 1d10, min 6 for me, please, Gideon.
And here we go. Oh, let's go!
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Nice.
Big roll.
Wow, that was really fucking cool.
Rock on.
I mean, frickin'. Sorry.
Frickin'.
Cracking.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Gosh
It's
darn
not
it.
okay. All right. Gideon,
We
you have been granted the Sainthood of Valor.
Yes.
All right, so the Sainthood of Valor grants the following ability. Saint of Valor gives critical hits with your weapon deal an additional 3d10 radiant damage. This acts like deadly. It is not doubled on a crit. Once per combat, you may maximize a critical hit. A lot of love.
Ta-ta.
Da 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 dum.
Very cool.
Well
Got the
done.
giga
Nice
crits.
job. You're cool. Alright, next up is Mythos Thyrane.
Yeah.
Look, one
You
of us got
receive-
max, one of us had to get min.
You receive Soul Sanctification.
You literally rolled a 1.
1.
Wow. Oof.
Mythos,
Thank goodness.
you are granted the Sainthood of Temperance.
Oh, yeah.
The Sainthood of Temperance grants the following effects. Whenever you would spend a point of ki, an ally within 20 feet of you is healed for an amount equal to your proficiency modifier. Once per combat, whenever you would use rebellious blows, you may add a number of extra attacks equal to injured party members. Defeated party members count as 2. This is tracked before the ki is spent.
Radical.
Ora, 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 ora.
Ora. Ora.
Well done. Next is Saint Farron Ivyheart.
Yep.
You
She changed
receive
it.
Soul Sanctification. 1d10, minimum 6. Nice, I like that number. Aaron, you receive the Sainthood of Tenacity. Whenever an enemy would fail a saving throw versus one of your abilities, you have advantage on attack rolls versus that enemy for 1 round. And once per combat, you may as an action select an ally that is dying. That ally is healed to half of their HP. This also stands them up and re-equips their weapons.
Well,
Yes.
that's very
Yes.
good.
Yes. So a bit of a explanation of why I gave you that mechanic. Some of the enemies you're going to be fighting against are going to be very resistant to stealthing and be able to detect you. So this gives you a way to generate sneak attack by using your chastise, and then if they fail, you have advantage against them, which gives you sneak attack.
All right, nice.
Which is why I gave you that effect. Pat's head. Good job.
Thanks.
Next is Saint Genevieve Lantern Bridge. You receive Soul Sanctification. Please roll 1d10 minimum. I don't know where this voice is coming from, guys. It's just taking me over.
5.
Excellent. And you, Genevieve, receive the Sainthood of Passion. The
Yeah.
Sainthood of Passion gives the following. Whenever you would heal an ally or yourself, you gain a +1 to your next attack roll. This stacks with itself. Once per combat, when you'd be reduced to 0 hit points, you are instead reduced to 1 hit point. That's right, Orcish Ferocity.
Nice.
But now halfling ferocity.
Yeah. See, we've got
But
we've
yeah,
got an orc
eat
that's a
second
halfling,
breakfast.
and now we have a halfling that's an orc.
Yeah, you just got to eat second breakfast before you get to use the.
Next
right.
is Saint Flo Rideman.
Yeah. Say my name.
Receives Soul Sanctification. 1d10, min 6.
Literally rolls those.
Okay. And Flo Rideman receives the Sainthood of Conviction.
Yes!
Alright. The Sainthood of Conviction provides the following. Your flourish no longer causes you to become invisible to an enemy, but rather it can now be used to taunt an enemy. This taunt lasts for 1 round. Once per combat, you may taunt all enemies within 30-foot radius for 1 round. During this time, each time an enemy attacks you, it takes your character level in radiant damage. So now, an explanation of that ability and why I gave it to him. You are about to be facing a lot of enemies that are immune to the invisible state. They will be able to see you despite it, meaning that your flourish will be not very useful. So, instead, I gave you a taunt effect, which allows you to control the battlefield by using your abilities as a switch hitter to engage an enemy, taunt them, and then retreat or reposition, causing the enemy to have to either choose to chase after you and go through a spear wall, which is Jenny, or the other Reach characters, or attack them with disadvantage.
Yes.
Does the Call of Conviction, or that's what I'm going to call it, that doesn't give me advantage on everybody that's attacking me, correct? It's just the flourish that gives me the advantage.
What?
I'm just making a clarification. The flourish gives me the advantage when I taunt everybody. The advantage does not apply to everybody I get taunted when I do the AoE taunt, just for my flourish.
So the taunt effect means that if an enemy attacks someone who isn't you or doesn't include you in the attack, they have disadvantage to that attack. In addition, they provoke an attack of opportunity from you.
They also try and go elsewhere or try and go through, which is going to work
also
really well with
try
this.
to walk towards you. Yeah.
Okay, cool. But the just for mechanical, Jesus Christ, my flourish still has my advantage to them for all my attacks when I flourish somebody. That still stays.
No, because you get the advantage because you're invisible to them.
Okay.
You don't get that because it doesn't turn you invisible anymore. It gives you another effect to use.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you.
And the reason I gave you that is because you're about to fight a bunch of enemies that are immune to invisibility, which would make Flourish do nothing at all.
Because they have no eyes.
So,
Or they have many eyes and can see everything.
Yeah. Anyway, next up is Saint Goldrin Greyspine, who receives Soul Sanctification.
They're there.
Sorry, I jacked all the rolls, guys.
Yeah, Cape's stealing all the good HP.
My bad.
Goldrin, you have been named Saint of Glory. Defeating an enemy heals you and all allies within 15 feet an amount equal to your vigor. Once per combat, you may attack an enemy. If it hits, that enemy must make a DC 15 plus character level Constitution saving throw, or be stunned for 1 round. That is a huge DC, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. That's everyone's mechanical effects.
Awesome.
Hey.
Whew. All right.
1, 2, 3, 5.
Ready to stab.
I could get up to 10 attacks.
Ready to stab.
Question.
Yeah.
Do we get to keep our really cool blessings as well as our sainthood?
You mean your incredibly powerful ones?
Yes.
No.
No.
You
That's
get them
right.
while you fight. I feel like I've answered this already.
You have. You answered me. We
I
did
think
it
she
if
wasn't
we
here
fight
when you asked
Oh.
her.
in her presence.
If you fight alongside Mytheria, you have your blessings. But she has to be there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like within sight of Mytheria, basically, or like a
When
radius.
you will have it when I tell you that you have it. You will know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome.
Also,
Thank
we
you.
can't like take her into every battle because 1, she calls a lot of attention, and 2, if we lose her, then
Yeah, it's kind of.
ooh.
Also, also, she She's your boss, not your ally.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Hey,
I mean, she is your ally, but she's like...
Yeah.
You're thinking about this the wrong way. You're not like, would you like to join us? No, it's like, go do that thing. Your goddess commands it. Yes, ma'am. That's what's going
She
to
says,
happen.
"Look at
He is
me,
the game
Farron.
merchant hiring
I am the
us.
captain now.
God, it's like... No.
Look at
King
me."
doesn't help you storm the rest of the chessboard.
There's
Man.
always someone higher up the ladder. Don't worry.
Aragorn said for Frodo. That's what I thought all kings were going to be like.
Yeah?
So disappointed.
Yeah, that's a pretty
All right,
pretty big fucking... That's a high bar.
we're at. It is. It is. It's true.
Alright. It is
None
time.
of you. Don't forget to send to Inquisitor Trent what our plans are, and that we have
Oh
succeeded.
yes, I will do that.
That is crucial.
Go ahead and take a couple of purging potions before I do that.
No, do it right now, right in front of Matharius.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah. And then
Yeah, show
it'll
her your
go-
holy apotheosis. Do it.
I'm gonna use a point of my apotheosis to.
Oh,
Bring
there's
only to
one
5.
more thing.
Mm.
Mhm.
Because you are now saints, all of your exposure is hallowed always. That is an absolute effect.
Already
Nice.
was. But excellent.
So
Good.
that means
Now
that,
everybody's
so that means
cool.
that if a demon hits you with corruption, if it's not an absolute corruption, it just becomes hallowed.
Nice. Alright. I will send to Trent, to Inquisitor Trent.
Why would we have to worry about demons, Arcadum? We're not going back into the wastes.
I use that as an example.
Wins.
Yeah, Kate, there's no demons outside of the demon waste.
Exactly.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
What did Ba Sing say?
It says, look at my cool rock.
Aye, by the
I believe
stones.
Gideon said it was some foreign town in
By
Glace.
the stones. Nice
I'm not from
rock.
Galeas, asshole.
I'll
Alright. Ginny will twirl her spear in front of her and then send to Inquisitor Trent. Recovered Matharia, inbound to Holy Herald, prepare to retake Holy City. And send.
In response, you will hear, wonderful news. I must report disaster. Carnelian Circle has fallen. Situation unknown.
Whew. Okay. Everyone. Been a hiccup, but nothing we shouldn't be able to handle. As you will nod to her goddess. The Carnelian Circle, those who assisted in our getting here from Moaz Kadan, are gone or deceased or something.
Oh.
What happened?
It was not clear. Some form of disaster. The situation has changed, but as far as I see, not much on our end.
It could prove that our backup will not be arriving.
Well,
We were supposed to retake the city with the help of at least 2 other groups, I believe, weren't we? Someone else to find the second key and another to back us up in the demon wastes, and, well, they never arrived.
Well, I mean, that was Carter that was supposed to go in search of this key, whatever it is.
well, then we have to hope that he succeeded, or that at the very least, he's on his way.
Well, I mean,
Matharia will then speak. It does little to change our plan. We must move forward. Reprieve the city and give rest to its defenders. The time of shadows is no more. The dawn rises. She will hold up her hands. Light will emanate from her palm, and her Pegasi descend. Let's fucking go. One moment, please. 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 Please. Everyone loaded?
99.
99.
99.
Still gotta get that t-shirt.
Yeah.
99.
Verum Games. 99% loaded.
Just needs to be a loading bar with a little ruler under it. Says
You know-
everything from 1 to 99, 2 seconds. Everything from 99 to 100, 10 minutes.
Let me know when you guys are in.
Wait.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I mean,
I have loaded.
Hey, there we go.
Okay. And so, the party lifts up on the backs of Matheria's Pegasi, continue their journey through the Silver Peaks. With flashing light and an almost unquenchable, indefatigable march, the skies open before you, and the Pegasi fly at a blinding speed, covering ground faster, so fast that it makes the ground look melted. Over the top of Matheria's wall, you will see that the goddess brandishes her weapon, and from her light the wall is strengthened and repaired from its cracks. Demons scream against the wall and outward from the rising sun, and the defenders upon it raise their weapons, crying out to the power of the goddess. In nearby caves near Matheria's shield, a cult lies in shadows, waiting for the passing dawn to fly overhead. Bearing the mark of the hog, one of them steps out to ensure that they were undiscovered as they continue their dark work. And so, Matheria's light shines over Downfrown, its denizens looking up in a mixture of horror and relief, but ever focused is the light of Matheria. The pale city rises up before her, and with it, the sky fills with rancid, flapping wings as creatures, sensing her approach, turn and swarm towards her like moth to a flame. They reach outward with claws and tentacles and beaks and bites. But Matheria and her 6 saints surge forward. Top her Pegasi. Oh boy. Alright. Time to make some rolls.
All right.
boy.
It's time for some aerial cinematic combat.
Spears out. Helmets down.
Oh, loaded.
Alright, this is what I need from each of you. Same thing as before. I need you to make me character level checks. D20 plus 9.
Oof.
Also, oof.
The creatures swarm around the Sainted Six, each of them being turned down, slashed, pierced, and pulsed with magic and hammer and spear and sword. And from it, their bodies fill the sky like a rancid rain upon the ground below. Betharia's light pulses like the dawn, and those that are injured dissipate in her radiant light. Again.
Yeah.
Keeping to their formation, like a spearhead piercing the chest, some great animal, the wedge forces its way into the shadows. Rancid flesh, twisting aberrations, and screams in otherworldly tongues are drowned out by the pulsing light. Each swing of each weapon, the saints let fell blood and flesh alike, raining onto the ground. Forward. Again. Surging forward, the creatures attempt to adapt. Siege weapons, made of bone and flesh, begin to crumble out onto the streets, firing forward and into the sky. The creatures on the ground, they reach out with grasping claw in hand, and sword, and tentacle, and biting, gnashing teeth, and each one sent back down, screaming back to the earth. The rooftops of the outer city rain green with the creature's placid blood. Again. A creature, impossibly large, begins to suddenly reach up out of the waters of the river. Like a grounding fish, it flubs towards them, spewing acid and water in great bouts, trying to shoot down the Pegasi. But with one swift descending motion, as one, Mytheria and her 6 saints descend into the creature's mouth and body, cutting left and right, piercing, shifting, slicing, smiting. They leave behind only smoking body parts. They once again begin to descend. Approaching the main cathedral, they fly over the walls of the Pale City to those waiting below. Even from this distance, the houses burn. The resistances fight back in pockets. But towards the Holy Herald, the dark sermon pushes forward, and the Sainted Six ride behind the glorious light of Mytheria. The denizens of the Pale City look up. Hope begins to burden them once more, flickering in the candles of their light. They raise their fists in jubilation. The creatures below scour and hide from the blinding light of the radiant Mytheria. And in the final moments, before the dissension begins, Mytheria's Pegasi lift their wings high, light shining from their brilliant white feathers. The light shines down upon all, bringing hope to the downtrodden and wrath to the deserving. And then, on the approach to the cathedral, you see them, the false priests, those cursed aberrations that hold the truly faithful from what belongs to them cower in fear, for their retribution has come. Mytheria is the maiden returned. Mytheria is the high calling one. Mytheria is the dawn, the sorrow, and the sword. She and her 6 saints descend upon the Pale City to restore the light to its proper place. Unfortunately, something pulses beneath the city streets. One moment, please.
Oh boy. Y'all know that feeling when you watched what was it, Avengers Endgame? No, Infinity War. when the snap happens.
Oh,
I
no.
don't feel so good, Miss.
There's that feeling in your gut. Yeah, I got that right now.
And should have gone for the head. Mm-hmm.
Should have gone for the head.
I don't feel so good, Mytheria.
The pros and cons of a living world. It's so cool.
The new thing, the what rises from the streets, a giant rock.
Just a big old
We've already
rock.
dealt with one of those.
Right? We know exactly how to beat that.
Maybe El Dorado is native for Great Big Rock.
Rock!
A cold sweat drops from Gideon's brow and a shiver crawls
It's
up
not
his
a
spine.
boulder. It's a rock.
No more rocks, please.
You know what? The final boss, we let him get away. The glass merchant.
Galdrin's final
No.
rock
The
arrives.
final boss is what it was in the beginning. That fucking red blanket.
The red blanket.
The red blanket.
Oh my god.
Apparently,
man.
El Dorado is native for Great Big Rock. I love that.
So good. The red blanket, though. Gideon and Twilight Mouse's shared nemesis. Yes, perfect. Meant to be.
Man,
that red blanket.
Man,
That's
the only one who truly was there for it was me and Gideon, and then The only one, the only in character from OG who's still around is Gideon. He kept being, I remember he's like, you guys know about the red blanket. Everybody's looking at him like, the fuck are you talking about?
And you're like, oh
Well,
no,
I mean,
it's
it
here.
happened in
You're like,
Gideon's like,
level two.
I need you to inspect my bed to make sure there's no, strange things trying to assault us. Okay, it's a
Well,
blanket.
no. That person died in the Carnelian Circle. He was the one that was cursing on my blankets, and he is now dead. Thankfully.
he's now dead.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It all led to him.
It is
Good
time.
riddance to them.
As the party descends, they will feel their steeds begin to twitch and shift. The power pulses from deep beneath the pale city. A light, pallid, cold, pale light presses outward against the dawn light of Mytheria. At first, you think it to be the goddess's might. All around you, you can see them. The aberrations scream out as one, their bodies burning away. But then you will also see that the townsfolk whose hands were once raised in jubilation burn with them. Mytheria, her sword outstretched, justice flowing around her, her very light of her dawn clashes against this false light. Against a goddess, this light may have been challenged. But Mytheria is yet incomplete. Like stained, shattered glass, the light is snuffed. The party feels themselves fall. Mytheria with them.
No.
Whom amongst you has the highest constitution?
Probably Galdrin. I only have a +1.
I only have a
14.
12.
Well,
Does
14.
anybody have more than 14? Does anybody have 14 as well?
I do.
Okay, so you and Goldrin both have 14. I shall leave it to chance. Ah, fair and it is. Okay.
Oh,
One moment, please.
loaded.
I mean,
All right. Baron,
Yes.
a pain is what makes your eyes open. Pain in your back and along your arm. Your eyes struggle to open. Soft flakes of snow fall upon your cheek and forehead. You slowly begin to lift yourself up and see that you are upon a rooftop of some kind. And before you lies the pale city. Ahead of you, the walls leading to the inner cathedral. And before you, in a crumpled heap, are your companions. And ahead of your group, you see the armored Remains of Mytheria. What do you do?
I don't know. I don't have medicine. Remains of Mytheria means she's dead, right?
I cannot answer that question.
Okay. Do my companions look as bad off as she does?
Everyone is unconscious. You are unsure if they are dead.
All right. Well, we're gonna shift upwards painfully and go check on the healer. Poke.
Question, Arcadum. Would I have still fallen even though that I can technically fly still?
Yes.
Okay.
We got blasted.
We are going to try we are going to try giving Genevieve a potion and hope it works.
Now that's interesting. First person you help.
The right tool for the job. Don't get any ideas.
Not even to your goddess, but interesting, I think. But in either case, as you place the potion to Genevieve's lips and attempt to get her to drink it, she will cough it up as her eyes open.
Ugh. What happened?
We fell.
Oh, no. I'll look around. I'll see everybody down. I will...
Charging ahead, please.
I have to do something. Everyone needs to be up now.
Focus on Mytheria first.
I might as well get everyone, yes?
If you can.
Alright, I will cast Mass Healing Word with 1 point of Apotheosis. Heal everybody for 4.
Okay. When you cast that spell, something feels very different.
Different.
You produce no exposure. Power focuses
weird.
around your fingertips easily, not nearly to the struggle that you are used to. Your companions are healed, their eyes open.
And then I will run to Mytheria. My lady.
The goddess lies crumpled, her armor dented, the place beneath her, thankfully, holding her weight. Theria's eyes are closed. A gash, revealing her golden ichorous blood, seeps down onto the stone steps below. You will then see the golden blood shift, change, until finally it appears as red as anyone else's.
Mythos! Mythos, your robes! Come on!
I mean, he doesn't. He'll just try to cast Revivify, but he doesn't have the components for it. He'll try and force it out, just by will.
We have diamonds, no?
Yes, I have 2 diamonds.
Oh,
I was about to say, we got the components, brother.
I was like,
Aster, hand them!
nice. Need the materials.
Punches chimney.
There you go.
Man, this can't be happening. This one. He'll just kneel down, place his hands upon her, just focus all his will through the robe to try and do what he did with Gideon. any semblance of bringing her back.
The robe's energy bounces off and is not expended. Matheria is not a viable target for it, for she is still alive.
Still alive?
Is she?
He'll...
Medicine
what's
check.
this one?
Mm-hmm.
While someone's doing that, he's gonna try this. He's just going to pray and try to heal her. And then we'll also medicine check. He is doing everything he can think of in this moment. Resuscitate.
Your magic calls forth and has no effect. You will see that Matheria draws shallow breaths. She is alive, but she sleeps.
Thank the goddess.
Gideon will kneel down, place in his hands where she's bleeding. Matheria, please come back to us. Your people need you. We're so close. Don't leave us here. Now. And he will use third level lay on hands, putting all of his faith and power behind it.
While he does that, Floraniman's gonna put his hand behind her head and then attempt to use a potion of greater healing.
As you attend to Matheria, her wounds are restored. Her blood dissipates. Her body is whole. And yet she does not wake.
Why can none of you revive her?
I don't know.
She isn't dead. Our healing is in some ways working. Her wounds are closing, but she has yet to regain consciousness, and I don't know why.
Galdrin and Jenny, make me perception checks.
Okay. Damn it.
Galdrin. While the medics attend to Matheria, you turn your eyes to the great stone wall before you. There is an eerie silence that is emanating through the city. One that should not be so. City at war, once burning, now quiet. For a moment, you think you see movement along the wall.
We might have company.
We certainly can't stay on top of a rooftop too exposed.
What do you
Can
see?
anyone carry her?
Wait, he points out to the wall, seeing movement.
Ethos will attempt to lift her.
Yeah, I'll help him.
He'll get one side, get in.
Okay.
Too exposed up here and to move her now.
We move down. Quick. Hop.
Does the party follow Jenny's lead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have to make for the Holy Herald.
Lead the way, Ginny.
Alright, Jenny, make me a survival check, basic at advantage.
Okay.
You're from the Pale City, right?
Yep.
Okay. You
I
that
know
you're-
exactly where that
You
is.
know you're on Northrend, which means that you need to go south. You're very off target. You're basically going to be walking around the outside of the inner keep.
Mm-hmm.
You know that
We
there are
landed way off.
You know that there are two main streets that you're going to have to cross that will have a lot of exposed ground. There's going to be the main market street, then the southern canals, which was a series of bridges.
I relayed this information to the party.
Try
I
to
don't
keep
know
it-
which path will be the best. I suggest the quickest. I don't know.
We need to get there as quickly as possible. Figure out what's going on.
So, Market Square?
Yes.
Maybe I could fly
Yes.
ahead and make a distraction.
No, keep to the ground if you can. The less we scatter, the better. Mr. Flo, can you hide us?
I will attempt to do so.
As best you can. And I will lead the way.
So be it.
Is this a basic or advanced stealth check, Arcadum?
Advanced stealth check.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Like ghosts.
Actually, be 33.
As we go, I'll try and keep an eye out for the movement that Galdrin pointed out.
We move.
Okay. As you make your way south, eventually, you come to a street that will open up into the marketplace. However, there's something strange ahead. You know when you're loaded.
99.
99.
I got 99%, but the map ain't done.
Yeah, it's at 99%. Of course it's not done.
Dang.
There we go.
Loaded.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm good.
I'm in.
Oh, I remember this map. There's an ale merchant right there. Chased him down that alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. Just not the flow right of it.
All right. Perception checks.
Okay.
All right. With your perception checks, you will hear somebody scream up ahead. No, please, I've... What do you do?
In the shadows, quickly.
Yes. Yeah, move to the shadows.
Mm-hmm. These shadows.
Yes, we have to.
Which direction did we hear the sound come
To
from?
the south.
We need to go south. But cautiously. Farron's right.
So the party lies in wait. A creature will be seen. As it walks out from behind the stall, you see this thing.
Whoa.
Hmm.
Perception
That's
checks.
cool.
You will see the creature before you looks like an elf. Its gaunt, emaciated body is covered in foreign markings, depicting that of different connotations. They almost look like stars. The elf's ears pierce its ragged hair, and in a brief moment, It pauses before it leaps onto the roof. It continues on its way, unseen.
I want to inspect the corpse.
Not
It's out in the middle of the open, Genevieve.
We don't know what that was.
No, but you're incredibly flashy.
Not while Flo's around. Flo, can you get us
Time
closer?
to fight and inspect bodies with Matheria on our backs. Let's get to the Holy Herald, and then we'll come back and investigate later.
I agree with Gideon. We need
Agree.
to get somewhere safe now.
Indeed.
Fine. Let's go.
Not ideal, but it's what we have to do for now.
Hmm.
Just a little ways longer.
Okay, as you start to cross the market, at first it seems like you'll be unmolested. However, you will hear a noise. As the party turns to see its source, you will hear yet another guttural scream as yet another person's life is ended. But then you will hear a sickening sound. Bodies attaching to bodies, the fusing of flesh and bone, and you will see this creature rise above one of the rooftops.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Holy shit.
Man, that was the same description. I was about to get PTSD.
Oh yeah, from the
Yeah.
melted one. Yeah.
Literally, there was like the same description. I was like, oh, fuck.
Mhm.
Keep the voices down.
Not much worse.
Alright, and so, cross to the market street, moving your way along the, moving your way through the buildings and houses. Then up ahead, you will find yourself crossing this territory. You will be crossing from this direction.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Damien? Oh no,
Yep,
wow.
I'm good.
Okay, everybody in.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, more perception checks.
Nice. What do your elf eyes see?
I've taken off the mask, so now I see.
The hobbits, the hobbits, the hobbits, the hobbits, two eyes.
The hobbits to Isengard, God.
God.
Skibbity toilet. You can see that in this area there are several Matherian corpses. The sword, the shield, and the eye lie crumpled on the ground in each direction that you can see. Over the course of this wall here that goes further down from your elevated position and the fact that you're stealthed, you're able to witness the following. This door opens as you see a body fall forward and a creature step out from behind it. And you see this creature.
Ooh.
It's so pretty.
Oh, he's a follower of Jesus Christ.
No.
Hello,
he
dear
isn't.
fellow.
No, he is not.
That art is sick as fuck.
I will throw myself against this wall.
Just don't look
and
at the
crouch.
hands. You'll know that it's a... look at the way he's holding that left sword, and then you'll see it.
Yep.
Yes, don't look. Don't, Waymaker, don't look! Alright, you'll see this creature step out. And then enter this house.
I don't know that the Holy Herald is going to be any safer.
So what are you suggesting? We make a stand here? I don't think so, Farron. At least at the Holy Herald, perhaps we'll have allies. Maybe. It's a fortified position.
If they still live.
She looks at the corpses that litter the kind of square there, little courtyard.
We have to have faith that someone's left.
We won't know until we get there. If they're gone, we'll have to reevaluate anyways. But if there's
Quickly.
a slight chance that we could have some allies at our side, we should take it.
While he's occupied in the other house, let's move.
Let's go.
Can we squeeze through here and go down this way?
Yeah, let's do that, actually. Good idea. As we move towards the Holy Herald, a weight crunches down on my heart.
Hit flip grinds on Matheria down the rail.
I can't
Do an ollie!
I pop an alley on Matheria.
My gosh.
Bro, that's a divine kickflip.
Oh no!
You know it.
Blind Matheria, sick moves.
Holy shit. Holy
That's a
shit.
lot.
That was him trying to do an American accent.
That was pretty good.
I hit all the moves I've seen on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 with Matheria as my skateboard.
Tony Hawk, Bro Gator.
Bro Gator. The Revenge of the
Sister,
Beast.
soul, sister.
If the water's wet, that's how you know this gate is in that water.
How you know the gator in the water? The water be wet. That's how you know the gator.
Now you know the gator gonna be there.
If the water wet, the gator's in the water.
I got that boom boom pow that drive my out. I'm so 2008. You're so 2008.
I got that boom boom boom. Man, fuck that dude.
I'll be seeing all these corpses, these bodies,
That
our brothers
future
and sisters.
boom boom pow.
Jagamot style.
Red.
Red. Thread. Bread.
Bread.
Dead.
You know, off of what Waymaker just said. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the, you know. All right, I'm gonna.
Old man yelling.
One, what comes after 1, 2, what comes after 2, 3, what comes after 3, 4.
I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4.
I'm sorry. Oh my god. My
There's
entire
a goddess on the throne. There's a goddess on the throne. Yes, Matheria, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Praise be to We have fun here at the Glory Stream.
Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to use your free Twitch Prime sub.
Wow, Merciless. Thanks.
We appreciate
here.
all the viewers. We appreciate you and everything you do.
All 6,000 of them.
Come on. 10,000.
Ah, yes. Good. Good.
Tens of thousands, yes. Yeah.
Like my heyday strokes. Kikkoman traditionally brewed soy sauce packet I have in my hand. Yes. Like the old days. Why shouldn't
Unloaded.
I keep it? Why shouldn't I keep it?
It was mine in the beginning.
There, I can see it in the distance.
Lips cut off after a stroke. Yeah. Probably.
I can find my way. I can go the distance.
All right, shut up. No more happiness. Okay. As the party
Not happy.
As the party approaches, you can see the sign for the Holy Herald up ahead, and you will also see a heart-wrenching scene. You're not quite that close.
I've picked up my heart wrench.
My heart wrench is mine now.
It is mine to claim.
Never again will my heart be wrenched by the unbroken. Okay. As you guys approach, you will see the following. Jenny, you will recognize your father. His eyes streak in tears as he holds the dusted and desiccated remains of a shield of Matheria.
No! I will run.
Breaking cover. Ahead, everyone, please.
What happened?
The proctor will turn and look towards Genevieve. Is that you, my daughter? He reaches out.
She will throw herself into a hug.
My daughter.
No time. What happened? What can be done? We're here to help.
You must listen. Something has happened. I don't understand. I was made to face my doubts. I don't know what's going on. And then this creature leaps down from the nearby rooftops.
Watch out!
Its axe raised high above your father's head. Genevieve, you have one chance. Make me an attack roll.
Pull my spear.
You thrust your spear outwards as the creature's axe falls. It clashes against the cleaver's force. Blades meet, but your spear is rent in twain. The axe falls towards your father's head, but it was slowed. A spear pierces the memory cleaver's chest, puncturing through from the back. The creature lets forth a silent scream, dissipating into dust. And stepping through the faltering corpse of the creature, you will see this.
My brow will furrow darkly.
Bruh. Bruh. Bruh.
Yo.
Literal bruh.
And
Ugh.
Fucking cinema. Peak cinema.
alright.
I will point. Who are you?
The man behind the
Because he's
mask,
creepy as heck.
the halfling behind the mask will smile. Alright, here we go. Do you not recognize me, sister? Proctor Lanternbridge will turn. No, it cannot be.
I will pull my second spear. Good timing, I think.
There is much that we have yet to discuss. If it is all the same, I rather think it would be wiser to do it within the Holy Herald, where the walls are still yet strong.
I will think for a moment. As my fist grips the second spear. Lead the way. We'll follow in shortly.
Come along, Father. Very well.
Dad, wait.
He will stop.
Be careful.
He will say nothing and turn back, not knowing how to respond to a warning against his own son.
But he knows.
And they will enter the Holy Herald. Oh, don't look at that. Don't worry about that thing.
Look at it.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll pick up the pieces of my broken spear and stow them.
We will move up carrying Matheria.
I don't suppose we have more diamonds? This was a good man.
I still have the one from earlier that didn't work. Ethos will kneel before
I hate to
him.
spend them all, but anyone we can save.
Captain Rhoda is a worthy adversary. I do not think it is a waste, Jim. And now he will attempt to hope that it's been less than a minute. As he starts to try and focus through it and try to
Once more.
bring back his remains.
Once more, the magic of the robe does not work, and its resources are not expended. Rhoda is not dead. He is destroyed.
Drop to my knees.
It's just gone.
Why?
Completely.
We were
No.
supposed to step into the Pale City for victory. What is happening? What the
Benefit.
hell is this?
Keep your voice down. Bring him inside.
Please. Let's get inside now. Don't want any more of those things leaping
Did you
from
carry him?
the street.
Let's go.
Would one of you gentlemen please bring his remains inside?
Aye, I'll do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you'll pick up the
I know
remains.
what's happening here. All these people being felled in different ways.
Ginny will step up to here and guard this spot so that the others might approach safely.
With Gideon to bring Letheria forward. And then we head inside.
Yeah, picking up the remains and taking.
You're gonna take his pile? Alright.
Yep.
You alt-tabbed?
Merciless.
You alt-tabbed, buddy?
You alive over there, Brendo? Poke, poke, poke.
Alt
poke,
tab.
Got to defend his top lane.
poke,
Alt-tab,
poke, poke, poke,
alt-tab,
poke, poke.
alt-tab.
We lost the saint today.
Control, Alt, Delete.
I'm just gonna move him.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
bring him over
Yeah,
here.
you're good.
I'm dragging by the ear.
Alright, and the party enters the Holy Herald.
Sure, I was getting how to put the dog up. She's getting a little too much.
Getting a
Little
little
antsy.
How dare you put Letheria in a cage?
I mean, I could.
You can't put me in there! No one
She's
puts me in
unconscious.
there!
She's unconscious. She can't say no. Don't put
Body
her.
armor
Nobody
won't
puts
save
Letheria
you
in a
from my
corner.
wrath!
Uh,
Bark, 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 bark.
Man.
Intense.
Yes.
so should I use my rock
Okay.
on Captain Rhoda?
He's
Stop.
Pyro's death.
Does my rock save him?
I have rocks for everybody.
He just rubs the rock on his forehead.
Is this a good
Is-
time to talk about my rock?
Is this Rhoda?
Rhoda!
Rhoda, please come back to me.
Holy heartbreak, Flowman.
First it was his
Holy
shoes, and now it's
heartbreak.
his rock.
Oh
man.
no! I'm walking over here after that one.
Holy heartbreak. Oh, man.
That's kind of too good.
Oh, that's
Sorry, guys.
We gotta break the sadness with comedy, fellas.
that's a certified banger.
Man,
Fucked up day.
the emotional roller
What a
coaster,
What a
man.
fucked up day. What a fucked up day. Still a fucked up
Yeah.
day. This is definitely a fucked up day.
Oh, I remember this. This is where I was betrayed.
Oh yeah!
It's not.
No,
This is
that
where-
was downstairs in the basement.
This is where I was betrayed by
Across the street.
The trauma has entered the fray.
Across the street in the basement.
Hey guys, this is where I was bound and gagged for a month.
the
Yeah.
head around the corner fudge is made. Yeah.
I
Okay.
need a drink.
Alrighty, and so
So yeah,
the
Gideon
party
never
enters.
asked Flo how he liked the taste.
Hey, hold on a second.
Jesus Christ, Shadow, why?
Hey, yeah, what's fucking wrong with him?
This is the table Cats had that secret meeting with me.
Hold up. Perception checks as you enter.
Mhm.
Boy.
Gideon, sharp as attack.
Oh,
No.
Sharp as
Whoa,
attack.
sharp as attack.
Okay. You will see that over here, there is a pile of bodies stacked up on top of each other. Their faces covered. However, with your sharp eyes, Flo and Gideon will recognize one of the bodies.
that's awkward.
Okay. As you take a seat, Telry will adjust himself as the proctor just holds his head in his hands, trying to figure out what's going on. Telry will stare straight ahead through his mask. Well then, sister. What a fine reunion, wouldn't you say?
I suppose. Nice tentacles. Smirks.
Nice aura.
I thought you'd notice. What do you know about what's happening?
Well, I know this. Seems that peace wasn't an option. Look around you. Death has come here.
Yes. It seems for the second time. But this time feels worse somehow. What did this? Do you know?
I have many theories. A light came up from below. An evil light. He will state. Umaluz maligna. He'll say in halfling. It purged not only those that follow my master's call, but those that followed the call of your... He'll throw a glance. Goddess. And indeed, the innocent people of this city, burned as one. Indiscriminate, it would seem.
Well, what is there left to save? Anything? Anyone?
Calm your despair. You are simply ignorant. Of course there is more to save. Not all succumbed to the pallid light. There are many under the protections of my master and my comrades.
Your comrades?
And even those of yourselves.
By comrades, do you mean your friends in Moazkadan? Marlowe?
Tauri will look away for a moment.
I hear they're lost. Did this do it as well?
It was the not... It what? He stutters for a moment. It was not this light that took them. Answers for another time. We are here, sister, and it is time that we discussed with Father what to do next. After all, as of right now, he will look at Proctor Lanterbridge. Our family is the closest thing to civility that this city has. What are you saying, son? What I'm saying is that I have flown over the city. If there are resistances, there are small pockets of it. The knights are unaccounted for. The wall was not breached. And Saint Altressa, false as she may be, was a potent enough force to keep them at bay. I will admit, I do not know what has become of them. But until then, Father, as Proctor, you are the highest-ranking member of the church here. He says, while blatantly ignoring the goddess on the floor.
Tell me of this saint. A saint of whom?
Of Matheria, apparently.
That doesn't make any sense. Until recently, Matheria was imprisoned, and we've recovered her. Anything before that was false.
You say that with such conviction, sister. Yet I believe a similar conversation was had between us the last time that we met, and the time before that. How do you know what you see before you now is truth? Or better yet, what is it that you think that you see?
You'll think. And her eyes will drift down to the candle on the table.
It would seem that my sister can be quiet. He will look over to his father. A rarity, is it not, Papa? Proctor Lanterbridge will look down and will look back. Please, do not fight amongst yourselves. I'm elated to have my children back. I fear for your mother and siblings. I fear for what may have happened to them. Talwyn waves a hand. Fear not. My master has seen to their protection. You see, he keeps his promises and cares for his followers.
Your master? I personally, with my companions, saw to the safety of Hill.
Oh, did you? And I wonder, by chance, how did you happen upon him at just the right moment?
Fate, I suppose. Luck? Halfling luck?
Oh, sister, don't be so naive. Such things are malleable, especially to those that are gods. What your goddess is a pale imitation of real power is glorious. But there will be times for your correction later. The task at hand is that the city is faltering. Its population scoured, and these creatures, whatever they are, elude my understanding. Their presence has also cut me off from my master's wishes. So we shall act according to the last received orders that he has given. I am here to save this city from itself. It would seem that it is a different disease than I had intended to save it from.
Well, as you are, by your own admission, cut off from your god, and my goddess lays unconscious, I suppose we're on even terrain then.
I'm still taller.
Only by 2 inches. Don't get full of yourself. Little brother. This is Farron. She is one of my companions, and good at planning. The others are equally perceptive, and if I could invite them to the table, we can plan out what our future plans are for this venture.
Find them. Bring them forth.
Ginny will wave everybody over.
Was that previous conversation in Halfling or Common?
Oh no, he spoke that shit in common.
Yeah, we're speaking common.
Yeah.
Farron is quite impressed with Telry Jr.
He's the worst.
Oh, she
but
likes a half.
whatever.
Oh yes. Now I will riz Farron. And I will
We'll use Waymaker's old character.
I will kiss Farron with himself. Yeah, take that, Waymaker.
I will use you to kiss your wife.
Yeah, that's
Oh
right.
my god.
Yeah.
The long con. The long con.
Got him. God, that's some convoluted shit right there.
Can we have
So
have
Farron's
Rhoda?
I see. Look at this squiggly boy.
I'm gonna go put
I
Rhoda
just
over here
like
in
the
the
way
sad
he-
corpse pile.
He totally proves all of Farron's points about Genevieve. Farron is like, wow, Ellery Jr. and I are on the same page.
Yeah, he's a villain, Farron. Look at him.
Whoopsies.
Look at him.
Renegade
all dark
for
and
life.
brooding.
Renegade for life! Yes! The transformation is complete. Renegade for life!
Aaron's oddly okay with the Dark God now.
Oh no, just okay with tolerating his opinions on his sister.
Hey, whoa. We can agree that Genevieve sucks, alright? Not that tentacles are the way to go, alright?
Yeah. The priorities here, yes.
Yeah.
Well, she uses a fancy whip dagger. That's like a tentacle. They have so much in common.
Practically the same.
Practically the same!
I guess we both wear dark colored armor.
Anyway. So. I'm gonna be honest, that's all I got.
That's
All right.
Because I have to do a lot of writing. I'm still not done writing over what happened with Ages and Ages.
Uh-huh.
Man,
So. But isn't this
So-
awesome?
it's pretty awesome.
This went the completely different way than I thought it was gonna go.
Mm.
Yes.
But I was just like,
I am
time to pull the fucking trigger.
down a shield now, and also down a spear. So
Don't worry,
Guess
you'll be
I'll-
given a superior weapon by
Don't
your
worry. There's a shield right there.
Good.
Yeah, you can also use Rhoda's shield. He won't
I
need it
wanna-
anymore. He's been
I wanna-
destroyed.
a weapon from my brother better be good.
Oh, it will be.
Debatable.
It'll be better than your old one.
Oh man.
Can
Oh,
you improve
yes.
my hammer? What about my hammer?
What about you?
Are you
Want to see?
hitting-
Did you like to see my rock?
Are you hitting on my brother, Mr. Flo?
No, if he's
I mean,
going to give us
thank you.
better weapons, I would like a better hammer. Would you like to see my rock, weird tentacle man?
Please look at the rock. Please,
Anyone look at my
Goldrin gave
rock,
it to me.
please?
Goldrin's my friend. I want you to see that we're friends. I know.
Goldrin is a close brother of mine. Have you seen his rock? It's cool.
It's all right, and that's where we'll call it.
Sheesh.
Also, I'm very
Man.
sorry, Zenpool, that you're having such a rough weekend and then found out Rhoda died.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Feels very bad.
Damn.
Oh.
Destroyed.
Roller coaster of emotions all week long, man. I love this
Let
game.
the pain commence.
Guess it's time to die.
And then we're gonna be like, hey, how's Carter doing? Oh, unfortunate.
And the worst part is we talked to Inquisitor Trent before the evil light happened. Now Farron's worried.
Yes.
Teleports in, dies.
Jesus.
Don't worry, I'm here to help.
Oh,
Flashbang through the door.
man.
Oh. Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Gotta get that
All right,
Princess Bride
we got some fan art
sound
here.
of ultimate
We
suffering.
have Goldrim when he picks up masks, picks up Flo's mask. Okay.
Yo.
well, what I preached just
How to listen to a halfling story. 2 times speed.
Yeah.
Oh, by the lady, I shall put the light inside of you. What if Flo was trained by Goldrin? This could be you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could
Why are
be.
you so skinny, Flo?
there's no time to. He's
Got a bowl cut, boy.
This is where my friends betrayed me, Farron. Holy heartbreak, Flo, man.
Oh my god, great.
Oh, that was top 4, Messi. That was good shit.
Thank you.
Holy heartbreak,
It's even
Flo,
better.
man.
She's the one that did it.
Renegade for life.
Renegade for life. Hell yeah. All right. Well, excellent game. Excellent time. Great session. Banger after banger. I love it, man.
Man.
As a quick aside, for everyone, I'm going to be doing official announcements soon, but we are working on the Kickstarter, and it should be releasing this month. And for Community Night, I am planning on watching The Lord of the Rings with the chat room. So
Yay.
we're gonna
What is
start with
community night?
probably this Thursday. Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, my day off.
Yeah, so we're going to start with Fellowship of the Ring. We'll probably watch them one at a time. So next 3 community nights is probably going to be The Lord of the Rings.
Just watch them all.
Oh, you're not just gonna watch them all in one night?
No, because people have lives to live. Okay.
Just start.
But-
You don't want to watch 20 hours of 3 movies?
Yeah, it's 3 movies unextended.
We are watching the extended versions. So
Yes.
The only
Yeah.
versions, correct.
The way it should be.
anyway, thank you for
way
watching.
God
Thank you
intended.
for supporting the channel. I'll see you guys in an hour for Gallows and Gold. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye, chat room.
Have a beautiful time.